Over the last few years, you've talked passionately about the drop in the number of publicly held companies. Why has that happened? How can we resuscitate public markets?
Yeah, I agree with him about the shadow bank. But the only thing is, it's also it's growing rapidly. So if you're regular, I agree, it's not an issue. It's a perfectly normal market thing that people do it. But someone should keep an eye on it. We do it like a shadow banking book report, so we try to make sure we understand the risk. And we lend to shadow banks because we obviously we're concerned about that too. And the question was
about public markets. The number
and I agree that financial
utilities
is. It's amazing. We've gone in this country from 8,000 to 4,000, and I don't think as a matter of public policy that's a good thing. So if you look at other countries, they're going up. And now, of course, I'm not against private equity. A lot of it ended up in private equity. Some was in consolidation. The 4,000 companies are bigger. It's hard to figure out exactly why. I suspect because, and again, I'm in favor of good corporate governance, but when shareholder meetings end up being a farce, when litigation can be just crippling to certain types of companies, when boards of directors are spending all the time, and if you don't believe me, talk to any one of them, crossing T's and dotting the I's, as opposed to talking about the business problems, the business issues, operational issues, strategy, major risk, which is cyber, I put in that category, then people, it's just easier to be private. So if you actually interviewed people, they say much better, and they can compensate. They can specialize compensation that's not in the eye of the public, who has a different view of how you maybe should compensate someone. And I think we are driving companies to the private market. If we could, I would go private. If I could. I think being a public company has real negative downsides to it, and so it shouldn't be that way. It takes away the ability of the public to invest in companies,
right?
And it takes away because they can't invest in some of these other vehicles. So I think it should be looked at very, very, very carefully, and that we should have a public policy debate around how do we want public companies to be governed? Do we want more or less? Because this trend has been going on now for a long time.